All right, I want to go over a case study and just kind of share with you the results of someone that I've been working with for over a year now, just over a year, and some of the complications and things that we've come up against, certain things that we focused on for her, timeline of things, because you're thinking a year, wow, that's a long time. I know, but there were a lot of things that she had going on for her. Now, I'm Dr. Beth Westy, women's health and hormone expert, author of the books, The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon where you can pick them up and dive into all about how to eat for your hormones. I'm also host of the podcast, The Female Health Solution, and you can subscribe there as well as subscribe here on YouTube. And I do have a podcast on this episode as well, a podcast episode on this as well, just kind of going into detail a little bit more, but I wanted to give you a summary of this. The gal that I worked with, she's about 30 years old, 29, 30 years old. Her main issues were the pain, the severe pain that she had, and terrible PMS. Now, this might be like, oh, that sounds like it stinks, but what's the matter with that? It was so bad for her that she could not function for 2 to 3 days every month. She would completely alter her life and her schedule around her cycle. Literally, her and her husband, and you know, they don't have kids, so it's just the two of them, and she would get a call and get invited to dinner with good friends, and they'd be like, oh, do you want to come out for dinner next Thursday, blah, blah, blah. She'd be like, yes, let me check my calendar. And the calendar she would check was not her schedule. It was her period calendar. Am I in a window where I'm going to feel okay to go out or not? Now, when you have that happen that often, that's atrocious. That's awful. And no way to live your life. Okay? So she was having this extreme issue. She'd been having this issue for 9 years, almost a decade. 9 years. She had been suffering with this amount of pain and this amount of issue. Right? It was that bad. Heavy cycles, really bad mood swings. Like she just couldn't leave the house and couldn't function. She tried some supplements. She tried all these other things. And she was like, I just need my body to work. I just need my body to work. Right? And so we worked on, we did a GI map. That was really key because there were parasites there. Not everybody has that, but that was definitely something we had to clear out and get her gut functioning better. So that took a while, right, to make sure her gut was functioning better, but that was a really key piece of it. And then the other piece was her excess estrogen issue. She was not processing estrogens properly. They were not working through the gut properly. So again, doing a Dutch test to make sure we're targeting this specifically for her. Again, when we look at a Dutch test and look at the exact things, let me just, really quick, Dutch test, right? When we look at what a Dutch test can actually show, there's a ton of really valuable information here. And we don't want to miss out on any of it. We don't want to skimp on anything or say, oh, it's fine with this or that. No, that was really, really key for us to understand exactly what her system was doing because we were able to target it correctly. She was taking a supplement that she thought was good and thought was the right thing, and we had to have her stop taking that because it was increasing a pathway that was already really elevated for her. So once we got that corrected and turned around, whole different ballgame, whole different world for her. She is now at a point where her periods are regular, they are not painful, and the thing that she said to me that I was like, I really want to share this, is she goes, I feel like I've gotten my life back. I have gotten my life back because I can go do things. I can live my life. I can get up and go through my day, and I don't have to worry about my hormones, about my period, about anything like that. It doesn't hold me back anymore. That's huge. And we didn't do anything crazy. We didn't do anything way out of the norm. We looked at her gut test, and then we looked at her Dutch test, and we went from there. And every step along the way made sure that she was progressing, that things were moving forward. Now, everything doesn't happen overnight, right? But for someone who had been suffering for 9 years, every month for 9 years, in just one short year, she has complete control of her hormones and her cycle now. And she's able to live the life that she wants, pain-free, not restricted. And that's what she said. I feel like I have my life back. And she's 30 or 31 now. Like, are you kidding me? Right? It just blows my mind, the amount of pain and suffering that so many women go through. And they don't even realize that there's a lot of things you can do to get your body to function better so you feel better. Now, again, we did not throw a ton of stuff at her. We made sure we were progressing along in a measured fashion, that her system was uploading all the things that we were doing, and that she's at the place she is today because she also was diligent and patient with herself and was willing to stick through it. So I'm really excited about it. I'm so grateful for her because it's not easy to walk this path all the time, right? To be patient. But again, she said, I knew I'd get here someday. And so here we are. All right. Well, if you have not had Dutch test, if you had not had this kind of testing done, make sure you go in the show notes here, get that testing done, because the amount of information it can show you is incredible. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you need anything else. You can ask questions as well, or message me privately if you're not comfortable asking questions in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys later.